What if you could post all your Oracle Cloud jobs on one centralized platform completely for free? Would be pretty awesome, right? Hi, it's Linus and welcome back. After we created a profile in the last video and applied for validation, in today's video we want to walk through the process of posting a job to then go ahead and hire world's top service providers for Oracle Cloud. And honestly, couldn't be easier. So let me first show you an idea of what the hiring process in general looks like. The whole process starts by you or any other service buyer posting a job. And that's important because you need a valid profile as a service buyer. On the other hand, you will also be able to only text with people who have validated service providers. So both sides know that everything is validated. Now, after posting a job, we want to either be found by a service provider or we want to reach out directly, right? So we can offer this job to a service provider of our choice or a group of service providers on the platform. Now, let's be honest. Even if you have everything else mapped out, the rate is pretty important, right? So the first thing that you will always get from any interaction with any service provider on Panameer is the rate. Now, if you think this guy would be a good match and the rate is okay, then you probably want to talk to them, right? And that's why we have the whole interviewing process here. So everything that you have from chatting back and forth, and then you drop a Teams link into the chat, you go for the first interview, maybe then you have an interview with the project. This is step 4, where you go through your normal live hiring. Nothing else than what you usually do. And then the last step, and it's very interesting because I have never seen this in this industry ever before. What we do is you will get something from us, you will see it later in the process, where you can easily, really just a click of a few buttons, create the SOW or the contract with us, and we create it for you with the service provider of your choice. And again, creating the service provider contract is completely free for you. With that being said, let's jump into Panameer now and post our first job. We are here on Panameer.com and again logged in as Bobby the Recruiter, right? Or otherwise known as me. Now we want to go to hover over our profile and click on Post a Job. It's pretty straightforward, right? And as soon as we're in here, this gives you a number of fields that you have to put your information in. I hope you can read it. It's a little bit gray right now. First, you come with a job description. So let's say, for example, this is P2P, functional consulting, etc. I'm not going super crazy right now. You could definitely give some more information here. Now, contract type is important. Let's say this here is a corp-to-corp contract. The service provider type, or what just now said talent type, is application specific. So if you're not 100% sure on that, application specific is everything like, for example, a functional consultant. Then you have operation specific, for example, a buyer, a warehouse manager, etc. Project specific are project managers, stuff like that. And then technology specific is also on the consulting side most of the time, but in the more technical side, right? So let's say select application specific. English level has to be professional. And then we have job start date and job end date. Honestly, most of us, when we buy a service, we do have an idea when the project's supposed to start or from when they need the resource. If you're on the project yourself, you should know too, right? But what this here does is it removes your job posting after this date, right? So what I want to do is probably not select today, but say, hey, I'm aiming to find the right service provider today or tomorrow, latest by Monday. But again, the service provider has to be found till the 11th. After this date, the job description here will expire and people will be able to see that it's expired. Now, the job end date, let's say that's in September, right? So everybody gets an idea of how long this project's going to be. Minimum rate, of course, we can always go as low as we want. So let's say we put in $80 and the maximum rate is 110. That's the maximum we're going to offer for that role. This will be around 3 months, so around 500 hours. And the job industry will be in healthcare. If I can find it real quick. Let's type it. Healthcare. Here we are. The language is English. We selected the English level above, but you could, for example, say, hey, they also need to speak French. Right, I got this the other day on a job request where I thought, that's probably not me. But yeah, this is where you put in the language. And then most important, of course, and we're not going to cover that right now, your job description or your job details, right? So don't be confused. This here is the job description, but it's only the header. Your details go down here. Now, what I want to do right now is I copied something from a different job that has already been posted on Panameer. It's not even matching, but so we get an idea of how it will look like when we're done, right? So here's all my requirements and what it's about. Skills required. Here we can add our skills that we require. For example, we are working with a P2P listing here, so procure to pay. Let's say we need somebody who also understands contracts and we want to add the skill. And we may also search for somebody who knows negotiations, right? So that's a part of procurement too. We can add all these skills here. You can search them easily as you just saw. And what you want to do is add your address, or better said, the project's address or the job's address, just for me to understand if I'm searching by location, do I need to travel, etc. Talking about traveling, this is something that you should definitely put into your description. If it requires travel, just put some information in here that helps everybody navigate on the platform, right? And now we can save an update and this will post our job. Your job has been posted. Great. One last thing here. You see this page now, and we all hate when we have a page that looks good, but we cannot remember how we got there, right? So this sends you directly to your Manage Jobs page. And you can find this at any time when you go into your dashboard, right? No matter where you are on the platform, go to your dashboard, open this task panel on the left side, and go to Manage Jobs. And here you will see your posted jobs. And from here, if you want to preview the job, you could actually do this too. Going to work, application-specific roles, because this is what we created. And you could probably find it right here, because it's the last job that I created and I could put on the top view job. And this is how your complete listing looks like. You see, it's good to have your picture in there and everything, so people can reach out to you directly, see your profile. And yeah, this is how it looks like. Now from here, there's two things that can happen. Either somebody reaches out to you concerning your job. In the case that the service provider reaches out to you directly on that job opportunity, they will be asked to submit their rate. And as soon as they submit the rate, you will first get a notification here on Panameer, and you will also get an email at the same time, so it's really impossible to miss that. To view your proposals, you would always go back to the Manage Jobs page and click on the View Proposals button that we just saw some seconds ago. But I know that with our current times and the specific deadlines that we get sometimes, you may not want to wait for people to find a job and then come to you. You may want to go out, find the right talent today and reach out to them directly. And that's what I'm going to show you in the next video.